Justin was correct. I said it last night multiple times that I didn't think it was an assassination attempt.
And indicative of a group of individuals
Sovereign citizen.
Claim to be sovereign citizens.
Do it!
And
So it's possible that this was not an assassination attempt, that he just thought he had a right to carry that gun in there.
I will fully transparently let him know that in the trunk of my car, I carry 2 firearms. One is a Glock, one is a shotgun. And these 2 firearms that I carry with me are simply for protection.
And the cop, earlier this afternoon, standing behind his statement that he thwarted a 3rd assassination attempt.
A man with multiple IDs and passports in an unregistered vehicle with a fake license plate, carrying guns, trying to get inside the inside perimeter of a Trump rally, who has had multiple assassination attempts on his life.
Justin was correct. I said it last night multiple times that I didn't think it was an assassination attempt.
And the license plate was what we in law enforcement would recognize as one that is homemade and indicative of a group of individuals.
Sovereign citizen.
Claim to be sovereign citizens.
Do it!
And assuming the deputy assumes that he was part of that identifying group. So during the investigation, obviously identification documents were found, in addition to a loaded handgun and a shotgun. Engaged in working with Secret Service and the FBI to ensure that...
So it's possible that this was not an assassination attempt, that he just thought he had a right to carry that gun in there. Earlier this morning, federal authorities confirmed what Justin assumed was correct last night.
Scott, good morning. What can you tell us?
Hey, Gail, good morning. Federal investigators say Trump was not in danger at his event Saturday, and a federal law enforcement source tells CBS News there's no indication this was an assassination attempt. But the local sheriff says they arrested a man named Vem Miller, a Las Vegas resident, allegedly with 2 unregistered loaded firearms in his SUV at the event before Trump arrived. Police say the suspect's car was in disarray with a fake license plate. They say they found multiple fake IDs with different names and multiple boxes of ammo inside. And investigators say Miller made it through one security checkpoint by claiming to be a journalist, but didn't get through the second checkpoint. In a statement to CBS News, Miller calls the allegations a bunch of lies and said police made a mistake. In a video he posted overnight, Miller says he's a staunch supporter of the former president, has been active in helping him get reelected.
He wasn't planning anything.
To the rally. The suspect facing 2 misdemeanor charges, one allegedly
he's just a dumb fuck
for having a high-capacity magazine. He's been released pending future court dates. And though there's a federal investigation ongoing, Tony, there are no federal charges in this case.
And the cop, earlier this afternoon, standing behind his statement that he thwarted a 3rd assassination attempt.
You know, it's a fantastic question, and the problem with that is from the point that we stopped him from going inside, everything that was going to have to happen after is all speculation. In my mind, in the law enforcement world, we have a man with multiple IDs and passports in an unregistered vehicle with a fake license plate, carrying guns, trying to get inside the inside perimeter of a Trump rally, who has had multiple assassination attempts on his life. So it's irrelevant what he...
I just want to point out that this dude is apparently a member of the Oath Keepers.
He was going to do inside, whether it was harm himself, harm somebody else, or harm the former president. We stopped him from doing it. We did exactly what we had hoped to do, is prevent any weapons or anyone from doing anything harmful inside. And because we did our job, we will never really know what would have happened had he got inside.
And let's talk about the threats that your deputies assessed. There were firearms, there was ammunition. Beyond that, what else was it, of course, that really just registered to your deputies as we need to...
He's just a right-wing gun nut.
Figure this out. We need to take action immediately.
Well, everything all together. So originally you see a license plate that is...
Says the Trump campaign invited him.
He talked to him. He was cooperative. I have to give him that. The deputy said he was extremely cooperative and extremely cordial. He answered all the questions that the deputy asked, which all of those things leading up to, one leads to the next. And finding all of those together with loaded firearms of someone trying to, which are illegal in California. He's claiming that they're not in Nevada, which is irrelevant. We're in California. And we arrested him for those weapons violations.
He doesn't believe the government has authority to tell him anything.
That he was very cooperative with deputies. He was answering their questions. What was he saying? Obviously, you mentioned that he said that carrying a loaded firearm is legal in Nevada. As you pointed out, he was not in Nevada. He was, in fact, in California, where that is illegal. But what did he share with the deputies?
There really was nothing shared other than conversation about what he was doing there. He obviously told us he was there for the event, that he had tickets, that he was a journalist, that he had VIP seating. Those things are all facts or things that would be verified by Secret Service in the front. We're just trying.
And Secret Service has verified it and said it was true. We knew it was true last night because we saw him with RFK, with Vivek, with Jordan Peterson, with Don Jr.
To verify that the people that are passing these checkpoints have legitimate reasons to pass these checkpoints and have the ability to get up to the final one that is controlled by the Secret Service. And in those conversations that he had with the deputy, all of these things were discovered. He eventually gave consent to search the vehicle, which led to finding all of the items and eventually his arrest.
The cop belongs to the Oath Keepers, and he has connections to this guy who is absolutely steeped in MAGA world. We've seen pictures of him with Vivek, with RFK, with Don Jr., with Jacob Chanley, the QAnon shaman, with Jordan Peterson. He is absolutely a right-wing influencer. This was his video last night.
All right, guys, so this is Vem Miller of the America Happens Network. I'm releasing this statement because of the false information that is currently being released by the police department, I believe, of Palm Desert, Indio, Coachella, and the Riverside. And I will state that what I'm about to tell you is 100% true and accurate. The body cams and the surveillance footage in the police station, as well as all the evidence at hand, will reflect that indeed what I'm saying is 100% true and accurate. I'm choosing to do it this way because, frankly, I've gotten, I don't know, 100 calls in the last 2 hours, hour and a half since.
Get to it, brother.
These false and defamatory.
This is an hour-long video
released by the police authorities in this region. And, let me start it off by saying this. So my name is Vem Miller. I am one of the partners at the America Happens Network, which is americahappens.com. I always knew we were going to go viral in a very big way, and some of our stories and exposés have been going viral, but I never thought that the most explosive story would involve myself and the false statements that are currently circulating across the internet. I am currently in a cheap motel room, and I'll explain why I'm in a cheap motel room in a second. So I run the America Happens Network.
Yes, you've said that like 3 fucking times already.
As a part of that, we've been integrally involved in our passion, which is protection of our constitutional rights, including freedom of press, freedom of speech, Second Amendment. And while the Constitution in its entirety is near and dear to our heart, that is our primary agenda. While we are currently, and we have been for close to 8 years, staunch supporters of President Donald Trump, we don't align ourselves with any political party except for one that supports our freedoms, our constitutional rights, our medical freedoms, and gets rid of the tyranny of corrupt politicians that is plaguing our nation. So to be very clear, that is our number one agenda. In that, the President Donald Trump has been near and dear to our hearts because he's one of the only individuals that I've seen have the courage to actually stand up to this tyranny against we the people. In 2022, I ran for office in Nevada as a Republican.
Oh, we know.
Since 2000, I've been involved in the Republican Party in Nevada. I'm a Trump caucus captain. I've collected votes for Donald Trump, and I'm also a Trump team leader. It is
He's very MAGA.
That I decided
Mega MAGA.
to come to Coachella after receiving a special invitation from members of the Nevada Republican Party. I was scheduled to drive from Los Angeles to Coachella, where I arrived at 3 p.m. on October 12th, 2024. At 3 p.m., once I arrived to Coachella, I was told to go towards a special entrance.
He said he's a cock captain.
Prior to entering the parking lot area, I did what I always do, which is that, and there's much evidence of this, if you ask around Nevada police officers, well, I will fully transparently let them know that in the trunk of my car, I carry 2 firearms. One is a Glock, one is a shotgun. And these 2 firearms that I carry with me are simply for protection, because what happened in 2022, which again is verifiable, is that once we started producing a lot of content for the America Happens Network, content that focuses on...
Oh my God, it's a podcast plug.
...back on this tyranny, returning power to we the people, returning our constitutional rights, and most dear to my heart, freedom of press, because
By the way, he ran for office against a judge that that apparently ruled against him in a domestic matter, like he lost custody of his kid, surprisingly, right? And he apparently the Injustice Pack or something like that is what he named it.
I've been a member of the media since 1994. I have a long history as a director, producer, executive producer.
You're boring as fuck, dude.
Very important to me because I got to see the inner workings of how the media works. And after being in this industry for close to 30 years, I did not like what I was seeing. I did not like the censorship. I did not like the propaganda. I did not like any of this nonsense.
All of the censorship and the propaganda comes from your corporate masters who want you to not bring up leftist causes. I know this. Every fucking boss I've ever had in my almost 30 years in the media has been a Republican.